the instrumental self is not the self. It is the instrument to the self. In the Bhagavad Gita, there is one of the most intriguing verses, is 6.5. Uddhared atmanatmanam natmanam avasadayet atmaiva yatmano bandhur atmaiva ripuratmanaha. So, here the word atma, which means the self, it comes multiple times. Uddhared atmanatmanam. Literally the verse means elevate the self with the self. Natmanam avasadayet. Don't degrade the self with the self. Atmaivaya atmano bandhur. The self is the friend of the self. And atmaiva ripuratmanaha. The self is the enemy of the self. So the self occurs 8 times in this verse. And we just wonder what is happening here. What is the self? Elevate the self with the self. The self is the enemy of the self. What is going on over here? So actually, the word atma is used in different senses over here. Actually, in Sanskrit, there are many various grammatical cases, and one of the cases is called the instrumental case. Instrumental case means that which is the instrument by which certain action is done. So then there is so the atma is the instrumental in one case. Elevate the self with the self. So with the self, this self is instrumental. Whereas elevate the self, this self, the atma, is actually generated. It's the object of action. So there is the instrument of action. Now, I hit you. So here hit is the instrument, you is the object. So like that, Krishna says, elevate the self with the self. So the self is, one self is the instrument and the other self is the object. So now, what does this idea mean actually? So Gita commentators explain this verse differently, in different ways. Srila Prabhupada translates this instrumental self as the mind. So he says, elevate the self with the mind. Don't degrade the self with the mind. So here, how do we reach the soul? How can we understand what the soul is? How can we realize what the soul is? Actually, currently, all our consciousness is rooted through the mind. You know, just like if a person is in a room where there is only one window, and whatever they can see, and the room is dark, then they can see only through that window. All vision is rooted through that window to the outer world. So like that, for the soul, the mind is the window to the outer world. All consciousness of the soul is rooted through the mind. In that sense, the mind is the instrumental self. The mind is the instrument through which the self perceives everything. And many people, even spiritual people, they often equate the mind with the soul. They think that anything beyond the material body, that is spiritual. And thus they mistake the mind to be the soul. But this verse clearly differentiates that there is an instrumental self and then there is the ultimate self. So what the verse essentially means is that we should mold our thinking process in such a way that we become spiritually elevated, not spiritually degraded. So we can do both. So our mind is capable of thinking about sensuality, about immorality, and when it does that, the mind, our consciousness gets degraded. The soul goes down. In such a situation, the mind acts as the enemy of the soul. But the same mind is essential when we are to think of Krishna. Man mana bhav, Krishna says, use your mind to think of me. So when we use this mind to focus on Krishna, focus on the ultimate spiritual reality, that time the mind becomes the friend of the self. So elevate the self with the self means that actually use the mind in a way, direct the thoughts with the mind in such a way that they promote our self-realization. They promote our journey towards spiritual consciousness. So by understanding the differentiation between the instrumental self and the actual self, we can understand the dynamics that happen in our inner world. Sometimes we feel like doing something, sometimes we don't feel like doing something. But we choose those feelings that elevate us, and we avoid those feelings that degrade us. By such by such critical choosing in our inner world, we'll be able to elevate the self with the self and not degrade the self with the self. That is, we will use the instrumental self to realize the self. That is, realize ourselves as souls who are eternal, blissful parts of Krishna. Thank you. Hare Krishna.